Welcome to the latest episode of the King of the Road Show on Fox 4 KBTV. The King of the Road Show is a national award-winning entertainment-based program produced by Southeast Texans for Southeast Texas.
King of the Road. Thanks for watching the latest episode of our one-of-a-kind local show in HD. I'm Jim, King of the Road, extremely proud and humbled to report that this marks the 6th anniversary of the King of the Road Show. We launched our award-winning program way back in July 2006. Man, how time flies when you're having fun. And we've had a blast for the past 6 years and are looking forward to many more adventures down the road. Of course, when we're on the road, we always take the all-new King's Country along for the ride at kingscountry.net. King's Country specializes in the very best country music, past and present, with the Southeast Texas listener in mind. Stream us for a while at kingscountry.net, and we're sure you'll agree that we are the best alternative for country music. That's the all-new kingscountry.net, sponsored by the Logon Cafe and Guideco Technologies in Beaumont. Now stay with me for another jam-packed program. Coming up during the next half hour, we'll air Hank Williams Jr.'s latest music video, That Ain't Good, on our music clip of the week, sponsored by STARVIN Marvin's Bar and Grill in Beaumont. But first, we'll cruise back to Finch Hutton Restaurant for the latest installment of our new monthly segment, Chef's Table.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road Show.
Oh, hi, to the time.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim, King of the Road.
Jim, King of the Road.
The whole point of Chef's Table is for us to get together and just have a good time with people who are from various aspects of the community. Normally Chef's Tables are a bunch of guys, normally in the restaurant industry, that get together. In the old days, we used to all get together at somebody's house after work and just have a good time and talk. Chef's Table is just a forum just to have a good time, drink some wine, have some good food, hopefully, and have good conversations with interesting people. We feel that it's very important that people hear things in a relaxed atmosphere. They say that people do most of their business over their dinner table, and that's true. People in a more relaxed environment, people are a little bit more loose, and the opinions are more honest whenever you get around good wine and great food and great conversation. So that's the point of the Chef's Table, is to use it as a forum, a relaxed forum, just to get various ideas from the community from different people.
We had another very lively lineup for this month's Chef's Table at Finch Hutton Restaurant. Seated at the table was retired radio talk show host Jack Piper, Chef Terry Bell from The Grill in Beaumont, Ricky Martinez, manager of Thibodeau's, a new restaurant coming to Beaumont soon, Chef Chuck Harris, owner of Chuck's Catering and Special Events, author David J. Hearn of Lumberton, Beaumont City Councilman W.L. Pate, Marvin Atwood, owner of Starvin Marvin's Bar and Grill in Beaumont, me, Jim, King of the Road, and of course Chef Rafael Ruiz, owner of Finch Hutton Restaurant.
I'm so excited to have two chefs here.
Yeah.
Especially Terry. I mean, I've heard a lot about you. It took me a long time to patronize you. And, you know, we're grinders. I mean, we're not these pretty boy wannabes who walk around with clipboards and you know, we're grinders. Same thing with Chuck.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to mix it up a little bit. You know, like we said, back in the old days, and Chef Terry and Chuck, you know, we used to get together after work and eat some food and cook and drink a lot of wine and just talk about various issues. And that's what we try to do here at Chef's Table, is to bring a little bit of that local flavor, information, stuff, important topics, and stuff that we hope to elevate Jefferson County. You know, the other day we were having a conversation with my buddy Jason Woods, Sheriff Mitch Wood's son, and we were talking about what, you know, why don't we have entertainment that's on the river? You know, in Cleveland they have the flats, and it's the headwaters to Lake Erie. and it's a big headwaters. And they have bars and nightclubs and restaurants down each side. You know, stuff like that. This is the poor man's version of the lobster thermidor. And what we wanted to do, and it's one of the dishes we're going to be serving at Thibodeau's, and we're going to do it as a special here. And it's Gulf shrimp, applewood smoked bacon, cognac, Gruyere cheese, shallots, garlic. And what we do here is we smoke our salt here. And smoked salt, a little breadcrumb. And it's a dish that we hope is, you know, it still has the robust flavor and stuff. It's not the lobster, but we do have some great Gulf shrimp, considering the fact we're on the third coast. And it's something we're going to serve as an appetizer, and then we're going to serve also as a main with some sides and some vegetables. David, this is round 2 for you, man, and we're so happy to have you here.
And all I can say about food is I'm a connoisseur of food. I eat a lot of food.
Starting from your days back in Tirrenia, Italy, when I was a baby and you were a rock star.
But I did want to mention to him one great compliment I read about you, and I wonder how you can maintain this. You want to hear it?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you do. Thank you. Okay, what it said was, until Finch Hutton arrived in Southeast Texas. Have you ever read this before?
No, I haven't.
Southeast Texas was a culinary wasteland. How can you keep this up? Maintain a reputation like that?
I can't, because it's not true.
Well, someone thought so.
And the reason why it's not true is because
you got Starvin, Marvin, and Chuck Harrison.
We have. I mean, they might have said that about Mid-County. Because we have 18 Mexican restaurants.
Well, in Starvin Marvin's case, actually, I include you in my new book. So
really?
I've endorsed him already in my new book. So,
I appreciate that, David, for sure.
Tell us about your books. You've written Hulagu's Web, which has been published and sold a lot of copies.
And Jack interviewed me. In fact,
yeah.
I think you interviewed me too.
I think I booked that interview with Jack.
It all worked.
And I have a new book coming out.
I've been his publicist a little bit.
And I have a new book coming out, which does have him in it. As one of the restaurants where these people meet one time, which is called The Christmas Special, which is a story about terrorist attack on Christmas morning in New York and New Orleans and San Diego, which would be a terrible thing. Well, some of the people in the story actually live in Beaumont. And yes, they do go to Starvin Marvin's, and they eat there a couple times and take part in the entertainment there. And they're afraid that this guy here is going to photograph them and expose them to the rest of the world.
What a I like. Oh, here, yeah.
Yes.
Or I may edit them out.
You want to be exposed? Or?
Well, I have a lot of camera equipment.
That's the problem.
I'm overexposed, I think.
Jim King doesn't need to introduce himself, because this is his show.
I think my hat might be overexposed, but
it's not.
Where is your hat? My God.
I didn't even recognize
you.
We got too many kings at the table. I didn't want to upstage anybody.
No. Look, you know how badly I want you to wear that hat to this table. Next time we're going to do it.
Next time, okay, next episode.
This is somebody who I have never told you the story, but the people I used to work for actually looked at the location that Starvin Marvin's in. And they said, so what do you think, Chef? I said, nobody's going to make it. I said, nobody's going to make it there. I said, you are crazy if you think that you're going to do anything at that location. And guess who makes it? Guess who makes it?
Big time.
And the thing about it is I heard, we've had...
I've heard it put another way. Somebody said you can't polish a
No, that's an edit.
Will that be in there?
Believe me, I've tried.
That's an edit.
I'm the editor, I can say that.
No, that's all right. But
I believe that Beaumont was ready for a little culture, and New Orleans style culture, where you had a real bar and grill. And I am a real bar and grill owner. I own a bar and grill in Beaumont, Texas. It's unbelievable, because Beaumont's never had a real bar and grill. They've had bars, they've had restaurants, but we drew a line down the middle and we separated them. And my whole theory was that when we left home and went on vacation, went to New Orleans or San Antonio or Dallas or Austin, we always went to a place like mine. So why couldn't we have one in Beaumont?
There's something beyond the music. I mean, I appreciate what you're saying.
Right.
And it's great to walk into a place and hear and watch good talent perform.
Right.
And this feeds upon itself. But I think the place has to have something more than that. Number one, the food's very important. But I think people have to go there and enjoy themselves. They want to be part of something. Hey, the Hawk Brow. Rocky Chase ran a good restaurant. And you'd go in there on a Friday and Saturday night, you had to wait. And that was for a long time, not just a year or two.
And they did not sell Vichy Soir.
No.
But actually,
Remember that commercial?
David was
Remember, I used to get off the air on Kicker, and you got off on KLBI, and we'd meet over there at the Hofbrau for a drink after work.
And the Roadhouse, Rockies, whatever, came in after Rockies sold out.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. I mean, it just died. It wasn't the right kind of restaurant.
Well, the music killed them. They got tickets and they couldn't stay open. The music killed them. And we are going to the Supreme Court, by the way. You heard them yell. The Supreme Court
I know you're
accepted our case.
I know you're agitated.
We
You
are
can
going to
edit
the
this.
Supreme Court. They asked for our full briefs a couple of weeks ago. We are going to the Texas Supreme Court. And it's not just for Beaumont. This is for every city in the state of Texas. They've all made rules just like Beaumont has. Houston's famous for it. TBC came to me and said, hey, Houston does it.
Noise ordinance.
Why can't Beaumont do it? They overrode something. But the point is, it is something the Supreme Court needs to rule on. Me and you both agree on that. It's an undecisive area. There's a thin line there, and nobody knows where the line
But
is.
you tried to work something out with the neighbors, right?
Well,
You
she's
were willing
moved.
to bend?
She's moved, and we've all worked it out with the neighbors.
So that's not an issue anymore.
That's not an issue.
So nobody's protesting?
No complaints.
You're watching Chef's Table, our new monthly segment from Finch Hutton Restaurant on Boston Avenue in Nederland. Much more to come. Stay with us.
King of the road. I don't think that sounds very good.
But coming up next, we'll air Hank Williams Jr.'s new music video, That Ain't Good, on King's Music Clip of the Week, sponsored by STARVIN Marvin's Bar and Grill in Beaumont.
You're cruising in the King's Caddy.
King of the road.